It was inevitable that I would get my hands on Gundam Harute. Beam machine guns, homing missiles, funnels, which, well, scissor bits, but yeah. And then double melee mode. You know, it's interesting. This actually has a similar setup. Well, not really, but I get a similar feeling between Harute and let's see, where are you? Right here, Crossbone Cross 3. I don't know why, but I'm getting a similar vibe off of both of them, just from having not played with Harute. It feels like it's going to be another Crossbone Cross 3, and ironically, the same kind of excitement that I got for Crossbone Cross 3 was the same as the one that I got for Destiny. So Harute has been a long time coming, and I've been very excited. I've really enjoyed the entire what led up to Harute. Like Arios is really fun. Damage isn't that great, but you know, beam machine guns get a bad rap. Gundam Curios still very fun. Curios Tailbinder. The homing missiles don't travel as far as I'd like them to, or like you know they have that homing missile flaw where the reticule says that if the target was stationary and you were at maximum range for homing missiles and you fired them, they don't go out as far as the reticule says they will. That's really annoying. Part of the problem is the missiles go straight up and then they go forward, so that actually cuts down on a little bit of the distance. But ironically, if you try to get any closer, then the homing missiles will miss because, well, they just, you know, they're called missiles after all. And then the dumbfire rockets, the only problem. Ordinarily, I would have said beam machine gun and those cluster rockets would have been the same thing as the cluster rockets on the Dynamas, which is one of the exceptions that I have for what's it called, a dumbfire weapon. Like the cluster rockets on this thing in the skirt. By the way, what the hell? I can work with it because it hurts like hell, and I can use them at really close range. That's great. On Curios, the only problem I've got with that kind of rocket is if it's stationary to fire. And ironically, I think Curios is one of the very few where you have to stand still to use them. And it's really, really like you've got plenty of them, but you have to stand still to use them because he stood still in the show. Hey, how about that? So you know, beyond Curios tail units. Arios, and then Harute. I've been very satisfied with this line. Now, if they ever give a Sol Salute or whatever the thing's called from that MSV that takes place before the series, I doubt I'll get that because it just had a pair of GN Vulcan guns, which, how are they going to do that gearwalk mode? And ironically, 1, 2, 3 units, well, 4, they all kind of act the same as Curios. Exia 7 swords, I keep this because it's Exia 7 swords. There are rocks, and then there's Exia 7 swords. Enough said. These three up here, these three Garazos, Garazo, Goddess, and Superbia Jinx, they behave more or less the same, except, you know, this one has scissor bits, blah, 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 blah. So, I've had similar stuff to Curios and to Arios in my hangar elsewhere as well. But, Curios is satisfying, Arios is satisfying, Harute is going to be a god in my hangar, I assure you. And no, just in case you're wondering, I'm not really planning on getting the SR Harute. Why? Because, well, let me get in the factory here. I'm not planning on going for the SR version because it has a skill transformation on it. It's still got I think it's got the Super Soldier's power, but it doesn't have a Trans Am. It's got something else on it. Oh, it's got the Marut mode. So you get the Super Soldier thing, which damage on all weapons, booster recovery, SP gauge. I don't really care about that SP gauge. Like, don't care. But, because it just means you want to spam it more. And by the way, spamming SP on something that has beam machine guns, homing missiles, and remote weapons, oh yeah, I'll take it. Movement speed, dash speed, agility, booster capacity, and defense. Oh my goodness, that looks like fun. Did they ever increase the defense? Well, actually they do, but yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm not going to be getting Harute Marut, because, which is the SR version, because it's a skill transformation. It's a forceful transformation, and it switches from, I want to say it switches from, it has melee, beam machine gun, and then missiles. And then when it goes to Marut mode, when it gets all Super Saiyan on us, and it gets 6 pairs of eyes instead of 2, don't question it, folks, just don't question it. When it does that, it loses the homing missiles and then it gains the scissor bits. So you're switching one weapon. Well, the interesting, why would I want to do that when I can transform at will? And I get, by the way, that looks kind of badass. I like that. Why would I go for that thing when this one, I don't have to choose which weapon I want? Like, suppose I want homing missiles at this time. Suppose I want scissor bits at this time. With the regular Harute, I don't have to make that choice. And I can transform at will without having to skill everybody all the time. So, you know, I can preserve by the way, that backpack is huge. Look at that thing. Don't care, love it. The only problem I've got with Harute, well, as far as mobile suit mode, is all this stuff on his back is attached to his lower waist, which you totally can't see here, but it's basically attached to his butt. That's what all this stuff is attached to, which feels kind of weird. I'll be honest, like when I saw it in the movie, I was like, really? That's where all this stuff goes? This thing looks great, except for the one obvious flaw. It doesn't transform very well. It's basically, the Harute just kind of lays down flat. Its arms just kind of... Let's see, where are they? If you could see them, the arms are actually just sitting right there. And then the backpack is basically a jet sitting on top of a mobile suit that's kind of sort of flipped over. So, you know, transformation, but like I'm going to let that bother me. I think Sunrise and Bandai should be really make the fans of Gunpla fans really irritated, and I think they should make a Gundam series which every single mobile suit has to have a Haro in it, every single one of them. So it's basically the gotta catch 'em all mentality. I think they got to do that just once, just to piss people off. Oh yeah, that really changed a lot. Back of the head, nope. Anything here? Nope. So it's basically a detail you're never going to see. No, by the way, it doesn't color this thing either. Harute isn't too bad looking. In fact, the other reason I don't like the SR version, or as it's known, Harute Final Mission, is because the legs get covered up in these kind of ridiculous, ugly looking backpack thingy booster back. Yeah, look at the eye right there. Watch that. It does not change at all. Let's see, what does pink do? Okay, that's kind of evil looking. Whatever. Let's see, what does red do? Because surely red is going to look very demonic on this thing, and I'll bet you it doesn't. Yeah, it just makes it more purple. That's kind of stupid. As opposed to 00 Quanta, where the eye is very, very bright and detailed, Harute, not so much. And, you know, who cares about Raphael? It's an awkward piece of crap. Anyways, moving on. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I should just leave those. There we go, there's the orange stuff. Well, doesn't that look positively primeval? Really? Really? I thought that was just like a big old sensor sitting up there. Really? It's painted on? They did the same thing with the 00 Riser. The O Riser's cockpit gets painted. And I'm like, why? Okay, and the one that everybody's waiting for. Whoa, I can already tell that's not going to work very well. It's a lot of red. God, there's so much red, it's not even funny. Although that does look badass. It's kind of like the red bits are only for the transformed mode. Like that's where you're going to see it. And then it just kind of pushes them aside so it can do this. Yeah, the green ruins it. I don't know. By the way, I should mention that I actually got this from Gashapon. Like, I'm going to be getting a free Harute from an event that I participated in January 2014, but I just couldn't hold myself back. I want Harute. I wanted it in December, and they didn't give it to us. Oh, they had to go off and go all different. What'd they give us? They gave us Alpha Zero and what was the other one? Raphael, which made no sense whatsoever. Raphael's weird. I got it, and I don't like it. So yeah, they said they were going to give it to us in February. Like, we should have had it in December. WTF? Harute, ladies and gentlemen. That thing sucks. Well, it doesn't suck. It's just awkward. Don't you dare disappoint me, Harute. Look, FPS lag. Yay. Yeah, melee doesn't disappoint. Look at that. That's just the weapon one. Oh my god. He just kind of flinches. Lol. Wow, that's it? That's all? I know it's a boost down, but come on, make him hurt, you know? And look at that, they're a sliver. They're a sliver from death. Can you believe it, folks? This used to be a former rock. Oh, FPS lag, FML. So, yeah, actually does a lot more damage, but because of the lag, yeah. That's more like it. And yes, I saw that crit. Oh, I love it when you get the choice. I love it when you get the choice. Too much melee. Don't care. Awesome. Because I can't hit anything at close range. Ooh, that's respectable. Now let's see if I can finish him. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Very nice. Reload rates aren't as bad as I thought they'd be either. Oh my gosh! I didn't think those were gonna hit. 5 hits, nice. Whoa! That's way closer than missiles that go straight up are gonna hit. Wow! Oh, Harute, you honey! I wish there was a dash attack built into this thing. Well, maybe if I get the Arios Ascalon, I might be able to do that. Okay, that was weird. Oh god, I love Harute. It's okay if you boost, you know, FPS ain't that bad. Ooh, nice duration. Fair speed. I'm not disappointed. If I could put a hair more speed on it, that'd be great. But I'm not putting assault parts in this. No. Let's see, how close can I get with these guys? Oh my god, I'm 1 unit length away! Holy shit, look at that! Oops, I screwed that up. Whatever. Oh my goodness. Let's see, can I make it to the edge? I don't think so, but I'll try. Holy shit! This thing can actually compete with the SR Sinanju. I'm kind of disappointed for an S rank that the reload rate on the homing missiles is that long, but I guess it would have been an OP if it had been a medium reload. Well, there'll be plenty of occasions where I can just run around in this thing for the majority of the time. Although it does make this mode feel like a kind of a throwaway mode, like you don't really have to use it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love homing weapons. I love, just because I prefer easy mode, thank you very much, because I lag too much for the skill necessary. But, you know, I love homing missiles, and I used to like remote weapons, but unfortunately, because of the G generation thing, they're not as good as they used to be, so... Wait, do these reload at the same time? God, look how close I am. Come on. Checking the reload rate on this. Huh, the scissor bits reload faster. Slightly. Yeah, scissor bits reload slightly faster. Well, I don't think that'll matter much because it just seems to me in the play style of or in the way you play this thing, you transform to this, you throw everything, and then you transform back right away. And to me, it should be a case of stay in this mode, or this mode should have its own justification rather than just a bunch of ranged weapons or a bunch of homing weapons. So yeah, don't get me wrong, I love this damn thing.